Curious nursery students are very good at finding their own ways to learn about the world, even before the day's lessons begin. Rumba has extra challenges with her education because of the paralysis in her left hand. But she doesn't let that get her down for long. In fact, the moment surrogate mum Unetti's back is turned, collecting materials for today's lesson, Rumba begins an in-depth study of the contents of her bag. Now, eagle-eyed Anya takes an interest in one of the items she's unearthed. Tasty milk powder. Keeping tabs on busy young learners is always a challenge. Rumba's nursery class is part of the Borneo Orangutan Survival Foundation's Nyaro Menteng Rehabilitation Centre. This week, the key focus of the curriculum is nest building. And Unetti is about to teach the school's youngest students the basics. But her progress is being hampered by an extra load. Rumba's confidence has been steadily growing, but sometimes she still likes to keep her carers close. In the wild, orangutans build nests high in the trees, which keeps them safe from predators. And being the world's largest arboreal animal, they must be well engineered. Learning to create these sophisticated structures takes time. And it's something every student must master before they can be released into the wild. Unetti is getting her beginner students to practice manipulating their building materials at ground level. Milk thief Anya is redeeming himself. He's very focused. With her paralyzed hand, Rumba is struggling to even just maneuver through the branches. But she perseveres. And excels herself. One student not in class today is Rumba's friend Chesia. The two youngest orphans here helped each other gain confidence under the care of their surrogate mums. But 7 days ago, Chesia fell gravely ill from malaria, which was then compounded by other complications. The vets and surrogate mothers battled around the clock to save her.
Kita hanya berdoa sekarang semoga dia bisa merespon dengan baik treatment yang kita lakukan.
I'm worried about her, like I'm scared, to be honest. Sia, kamu harus kuat. Kamu harus lawan sakitmu. Saya berusaha megang tangannya.
They needed a miracle. But heartbreakingly, it didn't come.
Really sad news. She cannot make it and she passed away during the night.
That's make us like really sad.
Walaupun kami sudah berusaha dengan segala cara, tapi orangutan Sia tidak bisa diselamatkan. Kami semua sangat sayang dan kasihan. Walaupun dia sudah tiada.
Saya merasa tidak berhasil merawat dia. Saya merasa gagal untuk membantu membuat sel Sia itu sembuh.
But there was nothing more they could have done. Test results revealed serious health issues that were too much for tiny Kezia to overcome.
We found that liquid block her respiratory, and also her lung is really bad, and also hemorrhagic as well in her stomach. It's like a really complex and severe situation.
Thankfully, the quick action of the vets meant they were able to contain the malaria outbreak. Chezia's classmate, Eco, who also had malaria, has since made a full recovery and is back with her friends. The tragedy of losing such a vulnerable member of the class has been devastating for the staff. But staying strong and being there for the other orphans in their care helps to lift their spirits. One student who never fails to make his carers smile is Spanza. He's in the older nursery class, and today it's their turn to work on their nest-building skills.
Spanza, bantu ibu, ayo, kita bikin sarang, ayo. Ayo. Ayo, bikin sarang.
But Spanza is not applying himself.
Kita bikin sarang di sini ya. Bantu ya, Pak. Contoh bikin sarangnya.
Attempts to engage him go nowhere.
Tidak boleh. Bikin sarang bukan ibunya. Tidak boleh ya.
His friend Keenan has the right idea.
Tidur. Kan tidur. Jadi sarang ya.
When Spanza was kept as an illegal pet by a wealthy family, he had a cushy mattress and pillow. So having to build his own bed from scratch seems like too much hard work. There are two students who don't need today's lesson. Best friends, 3-year-old Temon and Lahei, who's 4.
Kalau menurut saya, mereka dua kan orangutan tuh yang pintar tuh.
These advanced climbers already know how to make their own nest in a tree.
Untuk orangutan Lahei dan Timon memang sudah familiar.
Both orphans were rescued from the same logging area within a couple of months of each other. Timon was 2 and very thin, but also feisty. And it took some time before her carers could gain her trust. Lahei is a year older than Timon and has always been a big influence on her.
Orangutan Lahei itu mengajarkan Timon cara naik pohon, membuat sarang, terus mengenal buah-buah alami dan memakan buah alami yang ada di hutan.
Lahei's impressive abilities could be explained by the fact that he was already 3 when he arrived at Nyaru Menteng. Most new orphans are much younger, which means Lahei probably had more time with his mother to learn valuable skills from her. He's not the first orphan to arrive with good knowledge. The same is true of a previous nursery student, Suzanne. She was 4 when she was found in a village, locked in a wooden crate. Soon after arriving at forest school, she showed herself to be highly spirited. With her savvy ways, she worked through the curriculum with ease. Now 10 years old, she's on a pre-release island and is already showing good potential for wild release. The aim for all orphans is to develop skills needed for life back in the wild. But there is a downside to them becoming too independent at a young age, which is increasingly evident with Timon and Lahei.
Timon dan Lahei kalau bermain jauh, dia kadang tidak pulang ke grupnya. Menurut saya masih kecil, walaupun dia sudah pintar. Dan saya takut kayak mungkin mereka belum mengetahui bahwa itu berbahaya bagi mereka.
Even with a lot of skills, orangutans in the wild have their mothers to protect them until they're as much as 8 years old.
Timon, Lahei.
It's now the end of the day, and the surrogate mums are gathering everyone up to return to the nursery for the night.
Lahei. Sini, Mon. Lahei.
But Timon and Lahei aren't cooperating.
Timon.
Nia tries to lure them down with a slice of tasty melon.
Sini, Mon. Timon. Ayo. Ini, Mon.
Timon takes the bait.
Lahei. Esyo.
Lahei is not so easily enticed. The vocalizations he's making, called kiss squeaks, are used to intimidate and show dominance.
Ya, karena dia yang termasuk orangutan yang liar, dia yang lebih mengetahui ada bahaya atau tidak ada bahaya di situ. Dia yang memberi tanda untuk orangutan yang lainnya.
Ayo. Ayo. Siapa mau pulang? Ayo, kita pulang. Lahei. Yuk, sini yuk.
Right now, though,
Lahei.
there's nothing to fear but bedtime.
Lahei. Esyo.
The surrogate mums and the rest of the class decide to head off without Lahei.
Nanti kita minum di rumah ya.
They can't force him to come down.
Pulang-pulang. Waktunya pulang.
Because he can already build his own nest, sometimes they do allow him to stay out overnight. And he rejoins the class the next morning. While Lahei remains alone in the jungle, his classmates are getting ready to settle in for the evening at the nursery. Instead of sleeping in baskets indoors, these older nursery students have graduated to covered open-air enclosures.
Ibu bantu. Iya, naik. Iya. Iya. Oke. Tapi lagi. Iya. Nanti kita minum ya. Iya.
Before bed, they have one final milk feed.
Okay.
While Letta prepares their nightcap, the students wait patiently. But not Spanza. He wants his now. And is making sure everybody knows about it.
Orangutan Spencer termasuk orangutannya cengeng.
He even takes out his frustration on his unsuspecting friends.
Kayaknya dia mau instan terus, selalu ada kalau dia mau suka.
Thankfully for everyone, the milk is finally ready.
Ayo, siapa mau minum? Ibu datang bawa susu. Ini susunya. Siapa yang mau minum? Gantian ya, gantian. Semua pasti dapat, semua pasti dapat. Oh, orangutan Spencer tidak sabar. Kamu sangat haus ya. Sabar ya sayang ya. Jadi, ayo Spencer buka mulut. Kalian sangat haus.
Peace at last. Every orphan arrives at Nyaru Menteng with a story, often scarred from their early experiences. The staff do their best to tailor their care for the needs of each individual. Like 6-year-old Hanoa, who, similar to Rumba, suffers from limited mobility in one hand. He receives regular treatment to improve his condition.
Sabar, nanti ya kita berangkat ya. Kita kumpul dulu ya. Nanti.
This morning, he has an appointment lined up, so Letta's keeping him back from class.
Oke, iya. Bentar dulu. Ya, oke. Nanti kita kumpul dulu. Kita berangkat. Oke, yuk. Let's go, yuk.
But he doesn't seem to be very happy about missing school. If only every student was as eager to learn as Hanoa. In the forest, his classmate Bumi is enjoying his breakfast beans. But not for long. This morning, it's his turn for a repeat lesson in nest building. Bumi's tool use abilities may be coming on leaps and bounds, but his nest building skills, not so much.
Bumi kalau belajar membuat sarang itu, dia itu agak susah, agak sulit kita mengajarkan. Dia tidak cukup satu kali, harus berulang-ulang kali.
Bum, coba lihat ini.
While Bumi gives his teachers the runaround,
Nanti lagi ini. Noa. Nah.
at the clinic, vet Aga is ready to see his patient.
Aduh, panas ya, Dek ya.
Panas.
Sini.
Like most of the staff members, Aga has a soft spot for Hanoa.
Gemoy. Ikut babak sini. Hanoa is really like the ultimate sweet orangutan, Hanoa. He is really calm. And he deserves a lot of love because Hanoa experienced like a lot of horrible things.
When Hanoa first arrived at Nyaru Menteng, he was 2 years old and in a shocking state.
He was really tiny and he barely moved because of the severe traumatic injury. And there's open wound also on his fingers. So really heartbreaking. It's like kind of speechless for me.
As is the case with many orphans, it's likely Hanoa sustained the injuries while clinging to his mother when she was being killed by poachers.
The mother of orangutan, they never leave their children. And they will protect their infants with their life and their blood. So I think because they have fight with the poachers and Hanoa got injured.
His injuries were so bad, the veterinary team had to seriously consider amputating his worst affected arm. But they made the call to try and save it. And thankfully, it paid off.
Finally, slowly, Hanoa can move his arm and also his legs and try to walk with the others.
For students with physical disabilities, the staff do everything in their power to equip them for life back in the wild,
Eddie?
even if the odds aren't stacked in their favor. Aga has been using acupuncture on Hanoa, Rumba, and other students to help relieve pain and manage chronic conditions.
Acupuncture is one of the traditional Chinese medicine, and it has been used to treat animals in China for thousands of years.
But before Aga begins the treatment, he discovers a concerning wound on Hanoa's toe.
The hole seem slightly swollen, and also I can feel the lymph nodes as well. Even though it's a small hole, it's exposed his bone. So I'm worried the infection will come through his body. That will be like life-threatening for Hanoa.
Aga needs to do a blood test to find out if an infection has spread.
Can you pass me the clipper, please?
Which requires the injection site to be free of hair.
Lagi ada dulu. Enggak, saya enggak
Takut
apa-apa,
ya?
saya enggak pintar. Enggak.
Takut ya?
Enggak berbahaya kok. Iya, enggak
Takut
apa-apa.
ya?
Pinjam aja sebentar.
Oh, enggak. Ambil dikit ya.
Like most of the students, Hanoa finds vet encounters unsettling.
Iya, enggak apa-apa sayang.
Eddie?
Luckily, Letta is there to offer comfort and reassurance. The results of the blood test will be ready within an hour or so.
Diam dia.
Nggak kerasa kan?
Enggak kerasa.
If the blood show infection, I will treat him immediately.
All Aga and Letta can do now is anxiously wait. In the forest, it's lunchtime for the nursery students. But Lahei isn't with them. Whenever he stays out overnight, he usually rejoins the class first thing for breakfast. But the fact that it's already afternoon is concerning. There is a theory, though, as to why he might be staying away.
Sekarang kan musim buah hutan, seperti rambutan hutan, buah-buah hutan, buah nyato itu kan banyak sekarang.
The surrogate mums are hoping he's off doing his own foraging, which would explain why he hasn't been lured by their snacks. But if he doesn't reappear soon, it could mean he's run into some kind of trouble.
Ini pemikiran kita. Kita maunya orangutan kita ini aman ya, karena usia mereka itu masih kecil, tidak ada ibunya.
Also absent from class is Lahei's sidekick, Temon. She's been kept back, and she's not happy. There are fears she might take off in search of her best friend. And having 2 young students on the loose isn't something Sri wants to risk.
Dua-duanya sama-sama suka sekali di hutan. Kalau yang terakhir kemarin yang saya lihat itu memang Lahei yang membawa Temon untuk bermain jauh dan berpetualang menjelajah hutan.
Temon, ini cantik sini.
So until Lahei's found, Temon must stay in the nursery. Allowing young orphans the freedom to explore, whilst also offering them the protection and support they need, is a constant challenge for the surrogate mums. Sri knows food is the best way to keep Temon happy.
Sudah, tapi dia memang suka makan. Dia suka sekali makan. Apapun buah yang dikasih oleh ibu asuh, dia makan. Bahkan sampai kulit-kulitnya pepaya, pisang, dia makan kembali. Seolah-olah dia tidak mau menyisakan, baik itu kulitnya, dia mau makan semua.
She's very protective of any food she gets her hands on.
Dikira mau diambil, siapa mau ngambil? Aneh.
The picnic seems to be compensating for her confinement.
Saya sedih kalau ngelihat orangutan harus ada di kandang. Tapi ini sementara sampai orangutan Lahei ditemukan. Lu ke belakang dulu lah, cari Lahei.
Temon could happily picnic all afternoon. But Sri must now turn her attention to Lahei.
Duduk dulu. Sini. Itu bagi kami mungkin ada sedikit bagi masalah karena kami tidak mengetahui di mana tempatnya dia nginap dan bagaimana keadaannya.
Sri is hoping she might spot him in the trees near his nursery group.
Lahei sudah kelihatan kah?
Dari sini ke sebelah kiri kami cari tadi, tapi nggak ada, goyangnya pun.
Hei, Lahei, pulang yuk.
Sri and Rossini join forces and widen their search. Concerns for Lahei's welfare are growing.
bahaya di hutan banyak. Dari binatang-binatang yang ada di hutan, kemudian faktor cuaca yang akan mempengaruhi kesehatan.
Suddenly, they spot a hopeful sign, high in the trees.
Nah, Teh, itu ada sarang, Teh. Tinggi tuh, nah di atas tuh.
Oh, yang sana?
Iya.
Lahei is a good nest builder. It could be one of his.
Udah lama tuh sarangnya. Berarti kalau sarang lama mungkin dia nggak nginap di situ dia.
Daunnya udah kering sih.
Daunnya udah kering.
But it looks like the occupant of the old nest is long gone. Lahei may have traveled further afield than anyone anticipated.
Sebagai ibu orangutan sangat khawatir kalau terjadi apa-apa dengan Lahei.
There are also serious concerns from the staff about Hanoa and the deep wound Aga discovered on his foot. The results from his blood test have just come through.
Thanks God, in the end, the blood shows there's no infection. So I don't need to give antibiotics. So maybe I just clean it every day just to make it sterile, and it will heal by itself.
With that very welcome news, Aga and Letta can start the acupuncture session to help Hanoa's weak hand.
It's hot, it will burn your lips.
The infrared light will help to warm Hanoa's body and increase circulation.
Nggak apa-apa sih, nggak apa-apa. Yes. Tidak apa-apa, tidak apa-apa.
In the beginning, I think Hanoa will be afraid with the needle, but after I insert the fine needle into the skin, Hanoa become calm and sleepy.
Udah selesai. Udah selesai. Iya.
1 menit lagi ya?
Sabar.
Manisnya.
Hanoa seems to be communicating his approval.
1 menit lagi ya, Hanoa. Kamu nggak foto? You can see the difference. Before Hanoa is really active, now he feels sleepy and calm and soft. This is how acupuncture works.
Each session lasts around 15 minutes. But it looks like chilled-out Hanoa doesn't want it to end anytime soon.
Hanoa, go to school?
Oke, siap. Kita berangkat.
Hanoa?
Aku malah mau tidur.
Cepat ya.
Iya. Keempat.
The final needle is removed, and Hanoa is still very sleepy.
Ayo, bangun.
Selesai, habis.
Lepas mbak tangannya gendong aku. Bangun.
Ayo, sekolah hutan.
Gendong anaknya mama.
Sekolah hutan.
Mau buah.
Mau kan? Mau minta buah, itu buahnya enak.
Buah. Ini buah ucapan terima kasih.
Ya.
Udah.
Food is always a good motivator.
Ayo, ini lebih bergizi, lebih mahal nih tempe. Think he loves bananas ya. Yeah, he's just like Beni,
Now Hanoa's livened up. He's ready to return to class.
Udah mau semuanya mau ambil semua deh.
Habis.
But there's still time to grab more snacks for the road.
Yes.
Ayo kita sekolah hutan. Dadah, kita udah selesai.
Hanoa's injuries may have affected his development. But with continued support from the staff,
Dadah.
he could still achieve the same forest school milestones as his more able-bodied peers. It's now been 5 days since Lahei was last spotted in the forest near his nursery group. There's been no sign of him since. Extra staff have been brought in to intensify the search.
Apakah mungkin Lahei ini akan kembali atau dia sudah lari jauh atau dia rilis sendiri? Itu pemikirannya yang terjadi di dalam pemikiran kami, dan ketakutan itu pasti ada kehilangan dia.
Everyone is still heartbroken over the death of baby Kezia. So the possibility of losing another cherished student is unthinkable.
Lahei sudah beberapa hari menghilang. Kami sebagai ibu asuhnya sangat khawatir dan sangat takut. Makanya kami beberapa tim setiap hari mencari Lahei dari ujung ke ujung.
The longer Lahei is missing, the greater his risk of danger. He could have fallen and hurt himself, or been bitten by a snake. And if he strayed too far, he may have encountered a busy road or humans who could harm him. As the team push on with their search for Lahei, class for the rest of the students must continue. In the older nursery group, Spanza, true to form, is staying close to surrogate mum Mariana and the food basket. Tinan also has designs on the contents, but in his own special way. Quick-thinking Mariana turns the situation into another nest-building learning opportunity. Cozy. Nearby, Rumba's too tired to build herself a nest and is more than happy with Ursula's lap. As the day draws to a close, everyone is becoming more and more concerned about Lahei. Soon the light will fade, and the search team will be forced to finish for the day. With still no trace of him, the staff are fearing the worst. A long way from the search team. Back at Lahei's nursery group. Finally, the missing classmate returns. After days exploring, he's come full circle, all the way back to his forest classroom.
Lahei.
The trick now, though, is to get hold of him before he takes off again.
Sini yuk. Yuk Lahei, teman yuk.
Letta is hoping milk might attract him down.
Yuk. Ya minum yuk. Teman Lahei. Ya minum. Yuk Lahei. Lahei. Ya sini yuk minum. Ya susu yuk. Ya sini yuk minum. Susu yuk.
It seems to be working.
Ya minum yuk. Ya minum yuk. Yuk. Ya sini yuk. Ya sini yuk.
Finally, Lahei joins his friends on the ground.
Ya sini yuk.
After all his adventuring, he's built up a thirst.
Tidak boleh semua gantian. Bentar, sayang. Bentar. Oh, Dikit-dikit minumnya sedikit-sedikit.
Even greedy Spanza can't get the bottle off him.
Gantian minumnya. Botol.
Semua susu di sini ya di mukanya karena mereka tidak sabaran kan karena kehausan.
Having the elusive adventurer at last within grasp is a big relief for everyone.
Karena rasanya beban besar di kepala dan di pikiran saya tuh sudah lepas dalam sekejap.
Waiting for Lahei in the nursery is his best friend Timon and Sri.
Sini. Udah. Sini, Hei, sini. Nanti ibu tutup situ. Tadi nggak dikunci ya.
Saat saya dapat kabar kondisinya baik-baik saja, tidak ada demam, tidak ada cedera, lega perasaan saya mendengarnya.
Sini, nak, sini. Jangan jauh-jauh sini, Jak. Sini. Sini. Sini.
For their own safety, the pair will stay inside the nursery for a few days, where they'll receive special treatment.
Ya, saat ini orangutan Lahei dan Timon lagi dimanjakan oleh ibu asuh, biar lebih dekat lagi dengan ibu asuh. Iya, gitu. Enggak ada papaya.
The treats should remind Lahei that there are benefits to staying in school. The plan is for the pair to soon move up into the juniors class, where they can start to learn alongside the older, more advanced students. Until then, they get to make the most of the 5-star service. Out in the forest, the rest of the students have finished lessons for the day and are letting off steam. Hanoa is particularly energetic. His acupuncture sessions seem to be paying off. He's managing a good, strong grip on the rope with his injured hand, which leaves his other hand free to engage in one of his favorite activities.
Hanoa suka bermain di air yang berlumpur dan seluruh tubuhnya penuh dengan lumpur. Bahkan kadang-kadang bisa kita tidak kenal dengan wajahnya karena wajahnya tertutup lumpur juga. Lucu terlihat.
His antics inspire classmate Alejandra to join the fun. Hanoa's progress is heartening, and it bodes well for his future.
I think Hanoa still have a same possibility to go to wild with the other orangutan because he got the skill.
Hanoa's classmate Delilah is also showing a lot of promise in school today.
She is really good at making nests in the forest.
There's a fine art to orangutan nest building, and Delilah's clearly taken what she's learned from her surrogate mums to the next level. Literally. Expertly bending the branches inwards and only partially breaking them so that they stay attached to the tree gives her nest a strong foundation. Perfect. By nailing nest building, Delilah has ticked off one of the key criteria required for wild release. But as a junior, she still has a couple of years of growing and learning to do before she'll be ready to graduate to college. For some students already on pre-release islands, life in the wild will soon be a reality.
As we know, this year we will release orangutan in a national park.
Preparations are underway for the next wild release. And today staff are making their decisions about which candidates will be going. Each release is a big undertaking, and they happen only a couple of times a year. Successful candidates will travel nearly 300 kilometers to the most remote areas of Borneo rainforest to be released into a national park where they'll have more protection from poachers and deforestation. The candidate selection process is taken very seriously.
So, this
Mama
one,
Edwan.
this group.
Yeah.
All college students on the pre-release islands are up for consideration, but only 6 will be chosen for the upcoming release. And there are a few familiar names there.
How about Chinta?
Wily Chinta is independent and very clever, but perhaps a little too clever for her own good.
I think she's more and more interested to humans area. That's the problem.
Just like her friend Hanin, Chinta's worked out how to cross the canal between islands and raid the camp food supplies.
I think this time is not the time for Chinta.
How about Beni?
Beni...
Maybe he just need more time to develop his skills.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this time is not the right time for him. Yeah. He is one of our priority for the next release. Yeah, for the next release.
Looks like it's better luck next time for Beni. Although he's probably more than happy to stay put on his island surrounded by females and food. There are a lot of strong candidates to consider. Narrowing them down to just 6 is not easy.
Some health issues, yeah, that's right.
How about Susan?
She is one of the really clever orangutan. Yeah.
Suzanne is the student who arrived at 4 years old with a lot of skills already under her belt. She then fast-tracked her way through forest school to become a very accomplished orangutan.
I'm really confident about the Susan.
2 of the spots could end up being taken by a very promising mother and daughter duo.
Mama Edwan dan Edwin.
Mama Edwan and 6-year-old Edwina.
From the veterinary perspective, we recommend them as a strong candidates.
Mama Edwan is now the grand old age of 36. With the average wild orangutan life expectancy between 30 and 40 years old, this could be her last chance of freedom.
For me, this is a good idea and good opportunity for them. Yeah, maybe this is yeah.
There's also a bit of a wild card in the mix, who's being given serious consideration.
Valentino.
Clownish Valentino may seem an unlikely candidate, but he's recently made some encouraging progress. He's been spotted making himself at home in nests high in the canopy. It's a very positive step in the right direction. But will it be enough to secure the former class clown a place on the journey to freedom?